Let's see here. Get, girl. Get. You're interfering with progress. Let's see. Hello, everyone. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. How is everyone doing? I don't see anybody on here yet. This is another pop-up, another surprise pop-up. And I'm 2 for 2, right? So today I wanted to talk about clearing out our beds and saving our seed. The other day I went through rearseeds.com, Baker Creek's catalog, and I talked about how it was time for us to order our seeds for spring or for the next season, whenever that is for you. Everybody lives in a different grow zone, so everybody's growing capacity or growing timeline is different. Mine, nah. Only time I really can't grow anything is in the summertime, tell you the truth. The wintertime is very mild here. If we do get a freeze, I just throw like a sheet over the stuff, and most of the time it makes it. However, today I didn't want to talk about saving what's out there. Today I wanted to talk about this, about things that we can use for the next growing season. These are sweet potato slips. And I am going to start pulling them up. However, next year, I don't want to restart with the potato. You can reuse these things. Just leave them in a vase. But we'll talk about that in a second. Thank you for the 3 people who are on there right here, right now. So I got a couple of things. I got some flowers because I like zinnias. I got some callaloo. It's just the things that I plant. Mostly the things that I like. I try to keep them around, like them cucumbers I was telling about, those yellow lemon cucumbers. Here they are. Some of them are not ready. Some of them I'm gonna eat because they still have green on it. But some of them have seeds in it. And the ones that have mature seeds in it, I am gonna go ahead and harvest the seeds. So let's get to it. I got my plate out here, and I started doing this before off camera, so I guess I'll start with the biggest bowl right here. These are sweet potato slips or sweet potato vines, and they're growing all over the yard. If you all still have these in your yard, because they're hard to get rid of, by the way. Who is that? Hello, Sylviard. How you doing? Get this thing down. That's something blocking my view. So these are sweet potato slips, right? Gotta be careful because they'll break off. And all you do is break them off at the off the plant. Take some of these leaves off, right? I brought my scissors over here, but I don't see it because I wanted to make it shorter. You know, the best laid plans of mice and men. And then I brought a snail in here. Snaily poo. They always show up. See that? So all I do is pull off most of it. And I go ahead. Where'd I put that? Where'd I put my clippers? That is annoying. Oh, there it is. Hide it from me. I don't want these slips to be too long because they're going to grow, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down to capacity. Let me put this on the ground. Hopefully the dogs don't mess with it. So I cut this down. Hello, Nino and Lo. How you doing? Who am I talking to? Nino or Lo, or both of you guys? So I'm just going to cut this down to where I need it, or to where I want it. I'm going to pull some of these leaves off, and I'm going to stick it in the water. And this is just regular tap water I have right here. I couldn't find any of my vases. You know, sometimes when people buy you roses and give you those vases, keep those things. Because then you start having to scrounge around for cups and stuff like I just did. I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to pull these down. I'm going to get this to the point that I want it, the height that I want it, right? I'll cut this down a little bit, because if this stem is too long or the bottom part is too long, well, it's going to topple over in your thing. I'm speaking from experience. So here we are. Hello, David. Hello, David Corey with the crop. Today I'm talking about not starting over, using what you have. Now this one, I put one in here that's obviously too long. So I'm going to cut this one down, right? Y'all know you can eat these sweet potatoes leaves, right? They taste like spinach. Put them in your eggs with some garlic. If you want to know how I cook them, everybody does it different. You could use them in quiche, but they're edible. The leaves are edible. These don't look too good though, because they're, you know, they're about done. So I'm just pulling these plants out, right? And I told you, I just got this out of my yard. That's all I did. I just got it out of my yard. Because, I mean, if I don't have to start over now, I might still go ahead and get, you know what I use? The sweet potatoes from the supermarket, the organic ones that are not sprayed. That's what I used. I think this one is either the supermarket ones, because I planted 2 different types, or it's the ones I got from Azure Standard, the red ones. Look at that. Anywhere a sweet potato connects to the ground, it'll get a root. And if you put it in the water, it's gonna get a root too. Cut that off. Pull these leaves off. I don't want this thing too long, so I think I cut it too long, but I could fix that. See that? Pull these leaves off. Cut that again. Don't leave any leaves that, you know, to get in the water. I'm just gonna put it in my little vase thing. And these right here, I'm gonna put them back in the basket after I finish. I got some more from the same stem. Just gonna cut that right there. Pull these leaves off. Uh-oh. You gotta leave some leaves on there for photosynthesis. And look, there's a root on this one. All right. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Take that root off. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna cut it right there. These leaves are going all the way because they were laying like this, right? So the leaves are going there, but now I'm gonna put it that way. So I don't know. I guess I'll put it, I guess I can put it this way and stick it in the jar. As long as there's a node there, it'll develop. Here goes another one. This one's broken off, so I'm gonna break that right there. Why am I throwing leaves on the floor? So I got this one right here. I'll make a clean cut on the bottom. Pull some more leaves off. Uh-oh, I messed that one up a little bit, but I'm still gonna use it. And put it in the water. And I told you it's just regular old tap water. No kind of special water for these slips. And if it gets too rooty, well, I might just put them in some soil. I don't want to. I may put it in a bigger vase because it's gonna root out. That little cup is gonna be full of roots. And people leave these in their greenhouse. As long as you keep them in a warm space, you should be good to go. So here goes another one. Isn't that pretty? They're gonna wilt a little bit, by the way. As long as you don't have no leaves stuck in there that's gonna rot in the water, you should be good. Sweet potatoes. I ain't gonna use that one. Sweet potatoes will grow, definitely. They do grow. And I'm just breaking these leaves off and putting it in here. The thing is, sometimes when you're cleaning out your garden, we just want to be in a rush and just get rid of everything. And I understand. Trust me. I understand. But then in a couple of months, you got to do repeat. Just like we repeat buying all them seeds. Why buy what you already had? Why buy it? You got to think in advance. You're going to say one day soon, I'm going to need this stuff again. So instead of buying it, if you have the opportunity, example, my broccoli bolted in, and here it is right here. My broccoli bolted in, move her out the way, in last spring. And I planted those jokers. They're outside. I got a bunch of broccoli plants. Seeds that I didn't have to pay for. Hello, Duval. How you doing? Hello, Jane Potter. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Today we're talking about saving some money and harvesting the seeds from our garden or the slips from our garden. I'm just picking up all of these. And I told you guys these leaves are edible, although they don't look good. So I'm not going to eat them. I try to give it to my chickens and to my rabbits. They won't eat it either, so no well. Next thing that I harvest a lot of, and I've been harvesting this one for years. This is Clemson spineless. Some people like it because it doesn't stick you. It doesn't have those spines on it. I like it because it tastes good. And I plant this. I've been planting this for about, I think this is year 3. Initially, I bought the seeds from the same people that I talked to you, I think yesterday I was live. Rareseeds.com, but when I looked to find it this year, they don't have it. They don't have the same seeds every year. They don't. I just realized that yesterday. I mean, what was it? Last night I ordered. I realized that last night when I was ordering, I was looking for motherland okra, and luckily I have some pods, and they didn't have it. Now motherland okra could go by another name, and maybe Clemson spineless can go by another name, but it definitely was not on their site. However, I got a pail full of it, so we're gonna have a bowl full. I'll give some away for seedmas because I can't use all this. Okra all tastes the same to me. Like some say, it's just thornless. Not to me. This one tastes better to me. It might be psychological because I don't like getting stuck. I was growing some other types of okra, and they had thorns on it, and they didn't take like motherland okra to me does not taste as good as Clemson spineless. However, motherland okra does not go woody. That's the thing with that one. It doesn't go woody on you as quick. The pod looks different. And with this type, with this Clemson spineless, I got my bucket down here. I'm not throwing it on the floor. With Clemson spineless, if you see this joker and it gets to this size, you better get it before it gets woody on you. Many gardeners I've watched, and I got a bug in here. Y'all know I'm not scared of bugs, right? Well, not that bug anyway. I don't know what it was, but it's gone now. Many of gardeners I have seen harvest woody okra and try to pretend that it wasn't. I'm looking at it because I am a seasoned okra grower. Mike's in here. How you doing, Mike's Chaotic Gardening? How you doing? Okra is God's sneezing. Okay. You don't, if you bake it or you fry it, it's not as slimy. That's how a lot of people cook it. They cook it and then they cook it again. They fry it down or they put it in the oven, get all that slime off it or most of the slime off it, and then they cook it again. I love okra. I could act like Bubba, you know. I like fried okra. I like okra gumbo. I like I like okra in general. And I have these. The thing is, you spend so much money on these seeds, and then when you open these pods, you get like 50 to 70 seeds per pod. That's why I'm giving some away because I can't use all this okra. David, when you cook okra, you usually cook it for 15 minutes for it not to slime up. You talking about fry it or bake it? I agree. I don't mind the slime because I like okra though. Not everybody's the same because when I cook gumbo, I definitely put okra in it. Definitely. What else do I use it in? I'm using it in my Jamaican dishes. Like when I do rundown. There's a dish called rundown. I think Nino and Lo would know what I'm talking about. Do you make okra water? I have not. I've heard about it, Nino and Lo. But I use okra in my rundown. As a matter of fact, I cooked some rundown today for breakfast. Well, I don't eat breakfast until the afternoon, so I guess for lunch. Yep, I had my codfish. And the regular stuff, you know, bell pepper, onion. What else did I put in there? Bell pepper, onion, garlic. You know, what is it? Bell pepper, onion, garlic, and coconut milk. And of course, the codfish. Sometimes I use mackerel, sometimes I use codfish. Today I use codfish, salted codfish, saltfish. And I put my okra in there. Sure did. Sometimes I forgot to put the tomatoes. Sometimes I put tomatoes in because I got a freezer full of tomatoes and okra. Duval, yes, let me see. Yes, it's still warm here in the evenings. It was cold in Central Texas for a little while, but now it's back to 55 at night. Today I was out there planting some onions and I was like, oh my gosh. I gave up and came back in the house. I started sweating. I was like, well, you don't know what to do. One day it's cold and next day it's not. Pneumonia weather, that's what my mama used to call it. So I'm still working my way through this okra. You see that? That's a lot of seeds right there. Angela Calloway, how you doing? J3GS Farm, welcome. How you doing? I'm getting my seed. I saw, I'm watching a lot of gardeners cleaning up, and I'm like, and they just cleaning up and throwing stuff away. And I'm like, oh no, that's valuable seed right there. No, that joker dry up like this. This is callaloo. That joker dry up. I break that joker off and try to see if I get some seed from it. All the seeds may have already fallen off, but you see how gently I put it down? Because callaloo seeds are super small. Amaranth, for those people who don't know what callaloo is. It's just green amaranth. And we make a callaloo out of it. Jamaicans use amaranth as callaloo. Trinidad, they usually use that taro leaf, the dashni. They call it dasheen, I think. So do Jamaicans, but it's different plant. Different islands call different dishes. Use different plants for different dish with the same dish name, but it's a different dish. Because Trinidadian callaloo is not like Jamaican callaloo. They're both good though, both of them. Let's see, Duval. I'm trying to find out how to harvest my lemongrass seed. Them jokers are small. Good luck. I got lemongrass out there. I just don't let it pass away. I just try to keep it alive. I've had that lemongrass for, I think, going on 2 years. And some people say lemongrass is hard to germinate, but I didn't experience that. Mine came up. I remember who I bought it from. I bought the seed from M.I. Gardner, and on the packet, they said, well, we're going to give you extra seed because this thing doesn't germinate. That joker, all of it came up. Maybe I was just one of the lucky ones. I don't know. Or maybe it's like some of the other seed, the older it gets, or if it gets old like onion seed, it doesn't germinate. But these right here, they're tried and true. They germinate. You plant this in your garden. Mine is mine now because it's probably a hybrid. So let me talk about hybrids, because people are talking about they want heirloom seeds. But if I planted this, right, Clemson spineless near some motherland okra, and if you plant them close to one another, they cross-pollinate. So I can't say that this is truly Clemson spineless. All I can do is speculate, because the motherland okra, which has spines, was right next to it. However, don't bother me as long as I get okra. Most of the time it is Clemson spineless though, because I've done it. Only had 2 plants show up that were motherland okra, and I may have used the seeds that were left in the packet from last year. Almost all. I'd say 95% of the okra that I got this year, no, 98% was Clemson spineless. I don't like getting stuck up. Do not. And from what I could tell, sweet potatoes and okra are good to be planted together. David Corey with a crop. Tomatoes and many other vegetables do that as well. What are you talking about? Let me see. Duval. My lemongrass is 3 years old and still looking great. About 6 feet tall and wide. I need to upplant mine. Mine is outside. I think it's in the greenhouse. I believe I put it in the greenhouse. If I'm not, I'm going to fix that probably today or tomorrow, because it's still warm outside. But I need to pot mine and put it in a bigger pot. It's a grass. If you put it in a bigger pot, it's just going to spread. It's a grass. And a lady was on, I got that on the ground. A lady, I got the wrong chair too. A lady was on the my live yesterday, and she said that she separated her lemongrass. Cross-pollinate. Did I say it wrong? Cross-pollinate. It's a hybrid. I can't. If you grow your corn, if you grow your corn and your neighbor's growing corn, it could cross-pollinate. It's very hard to say that a seed is true unless you have acres and acres of land. If you live in close to other people that garden, in my neighborhood, they do. You can't. Well, I can't blame my neighbor. It was me. I planted some motherland okra out there, and I planted some 1010 Although the 1010 didn't make it. So I know these didn't have any spines on it. But you can't say, I cannot attest, I cannot say that this is truly Clemson spineless. All I can say is that's what the plant was. The seed may not be Clemson spineless. So I'm just getting all my stuff out. Because you know what? You know what the seed will do? It's going to be okra. It may not be it may not be the exact same okra, but it probably will be. But because I planted something other than Clemson spineless, I can't say that it's a total 100% there. That's what I've seen people talk about, how they ordered some seed and they turn out to be something else. David Corey, I think that if that lemongrass is covered like a canopy, it will survive. I always put it in the greenhouse. I separated my lemongrass. This is Janet Potter. I separated my lemongrass and potted it around my lanai. Oh, you in Hawaii? Because that's the only time I hear that name, lanai. It is growing well. Okay. I went to this lady's house the other day to get my hair braided or twisted, and she had aloe vera in the ground. I didn't know that. She lived right down the street from me. I was like, my aloe vera gonna go in the ground. And it was doing just fine. I always try to pull the aloe vera into the greenhouse, and it takes up a bunch of space. Her aloe vera looked just fine in the ground. It was right in front of her house. I was shocked. Sometimes, in order for you to learn stuff, all you have to do is look around. Look at all those seeds. They charging us quite a bit for these. And why would you pay for what you have in your yard? As I said, I'm watching gardeners throwing money in the ground, throwing money away in the trash. Janet Potter, Florida. I used to call it a screened-in porch. I know what it is. I used to live in Hawaii. That's why I knew that that's the word that they use. Oh, I'm gonna go out on the lanai. In New York, we call it the back porch. But lanai sounds so much better. I didn't know that word existed until I went there. I was like, what is a lanai? And then, after you figure out what people are talking about. The screened-in covered porch. So here we go. Did I get a mosquito in here? Them jokers are still alive? Oh, God. It's been raining. It's been raining. I think that was a mosquito. Man. Oh, Lord. All right. David. In the country, we call it the Garrett. Am I saying that right? I never heard of that. I wish I had a lanai. My neighbor has one. Actually, two of my neighbors have one. And I have the gazebo, but theirs is right off. They can walk out and not be affected by anything. I wish I had one, but man, I can't afford it right now. If I was gonna do it, I should have did it when they did it, when things were cheaper. Ramona Johnson, how you doing? It's been a while, yes. Oh, I said it right, David? Okay. Garrett. Okay. Never heard of that. Learn something new every day. So I'm just pulling this apart. This plate is getting higher and higher. Jamerica, my auntie, this is J3. Jamerica, my auntie here keeps talking about a lanai, and I keep telling her it's a porch. That's what I called it, the back porch. That's what New Yorkers call it, back porch. Lanai sounds better though, and it rolls off the tongue easier. It's just one word. Oh man, yeah. So I'm getting all these seeds out. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. I know I pulled some motherland okra, but I don't see it in this bowl. I might have left it outside because it doesn't look like it's in here. They don't look the same. This is Clemson spineless. Clemson spineless looks like a regular okra. Is that a bug? No. But motherland is fatter and kind of heart-shaped, but it's not in here. I must have left it outside. And these are those cucumbers that I was talking about. Y'all remember those lemon kirk? Here they are. Lanai is open porch. Okay. That's my art. How you doing? Jamerica, I love how you teach. You know, I'm still learning. I learn every day. Just like, as I said, I went to the lady who braided / twisted my hair, and I looked down and there was some aloe vera in the ground, alive. I was mad at myself. I said, for years, I've been dragging that thing into the greenhouse and into the house. And it didn't need to be there. Just throw it in the ground. Hers was just fine. Now I know what I'm gonna do. Y'all gonna see me digging a hole. I don't know. I still have aloe vera outside, so yeah. It's better in the ground than in a pot, a clay pot. The clay pot's gonna freeze. Who is that? At X Stacy 2. I have learned so much from your channel. Thank you. Duval, I never cover my aloe. Duval, what grow zone are you in? Because I'm in 9A. I'm at the cusp of 8B and 9A, but I'm gonna claim 9A because it doesn't get cold here very much. H2O Savior, how you doing? Oh, it acclimated, Mike? Well, mine is outside too, so except mine is in a pot. And I don't want to keep it in that pot because I know in ground is warmer than in a pot. I've had aloe vera freeze in a pot before, but hers was just as healthy and had big juicy leaves on it. Them leaves you buy from the supermarket. That's what her my collar loop. Her leaves are big and juicy like them supermarket ones. The ones that you buy, I use it for my hair when I want to make my hair softer. What is it? How you say? Hoyter Robin? How you doing? I'm sorry if I messed your name up. Duval, all of mine are in pots. But Duval, you got your stuff, how can I say it? You created your own ecosystem. I saw your yard. It's beautiful. Beautiful. But the wind can cut through my yard quicker a lot. Unless I change the way I have everything set up and make it more like yours, I gotta stop that wind from blowing on it. I remember I was listening to Lad Farmer 73 on one of his lives, and he talked about how when he was a mailman, he saw this guy who had a bunch of citrus trees in his area. And he asked the man, well, what did he do special? And the guy just told him planted it. So he looked at how the guy planted his citrus, and he did the same thing. So if you have your plants close together, they protect each other. Maybe the ones on the outside will be affected by the bad weather, and the ones on the outside will protect the ones on the inside. You create your own ecosystem. Everybody's what do they call it? Microclimate. Everybody's backyard. You could be in the same neighborhood and plant differently, and your stuff survive, and your neighbor has the same plant and doesn't survive because they spaced everything out. So plants have to be near each other. David Corey said that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, that's what I get. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm gonna have to do if I don't get those in the ground. Just bunch them all up together. That's what I do anyway. Not like, but Duval got hers. Have you seen Duval's backyard? It's pretty. It's like going into your own little oasis. Everything is right there. I was like, wow. It's pretty. It's like her backyard is like a greenhouse. My greenhouse look like her backyard right now. No, it's so green and lush. That's all I got to say. Go look at one of her videos. Look at her backyard. Plants have to be near each other. That's what David just said. Oh, David said, yes, Duval has created an oasis. Uh-huh. She has. She sure has. X Stacy too. I grew lemongrass this year. We will see if it makes it. Take that lemongrass. Bring that bro joker in the house. It might make it. It's a grass. It's hard to kill grass, but I shouldn't say that word. But do you want to chance it and have to start over? Duval, it's my front yard and side yard that possum ran me out of the backyard. So when I saw, oh, that's why, okay, that must have been the side yard. Because I don't think I saw the front yard. Because there was a like a fence. So it must have been your side yard. I don't know where it was, but it's pretty. I give credit where credit is due. I like pretty things. I like pretty yards. Possum. I had a possum in the backyard. I hear my dog, my male dog, was back there crying like a little sissy. I said, what the heck is wrong with him? This is like 2 o'clock in the morning. He got me mad and I just left him out there. So we go back there. My female dog, she don't play. So she was knocking on the back door trying to get back there. Hoyter, I have a basket full of dried loofah that I haven't even took the skin off yet. Oh my God, only planted 3 plants. Yep, loofah will take over your yard. And if one of them loofahs drop some seed, guess what's gonna happen next year? It's gonna come back up. It happened to me. I had a wheelbarrow full of loofah. I just had to give it. And it wasn't that some loofah, all loofah is not created equal. Some loofah is easy to peel. And then there's another type. Apparently the one that I had, what was that? A spider? It is a spider. Y'all, you know I'm not scared of bugs, right? I'd rather have a dead spider than a spider that's crawling around. What was I saying? I forget. That spider threw me off. So if loofah falls on your ground, it's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. Duval, I have a husky. Can't let him loose. What? Can't let him loose. He'll buck. Shoot, my dogs. I just had to, around the gazebo, you know I planted, right? You know what them dogs was doing? Laying on my seedlings. Just laying out. So I took the trees that are still in pots and created a barrier so that it wouldn't be as comfortable for them to lay on my seedlings. I was wondering why they looked all smushed up. They are in my yard messing stuff up. That loofah for you. I got the one that was hard to peel. I'm watching all these people say, oh yeah, just crack it. And they were cracking it like I'm doing this okra. They just cracked it open and acted like it was all eaten. Mine, I had to soak it, bake it. I was going through HELL trying to get that loofah skin off. I have a bag full of loofah. Some people don't know what loofah is because we went to the Padre Islands, right? And I didn't want to bring a washcloth with me. I'm funny about using washcloths from, from hotels and from Airbnbs. So I brought a loofah with me, right? And I was like, oh, I'm just going to throw my loofah out because I brought it because I didn't want to bring a washcloth. And one of my friends was looking at me, what the heck is a loofah? I was like, you are not a gardener. You non-gardening person. Yeah, I left the motherland okra outside. I sure did. Oh, well. Clemson Spineless for everybody. Because I got, look at this. And I have some from last year. I'm not going to give you all the old seed. I'll give you the new stuff. It works. My stuff, my seed are true. Tried and true. I wonder who I'm gonna show up. Who's live? I'm gonna show up. Gina versus Gina. I can't one of hers, but she. Oh gosh, these bugs, man. I'll see what she does. I don't wanna. I know Broke Farmers. Well, I think he started it, and Tampa did one. I gave some seeds away on that one last year, but I think I don't know. I'll see who I'm gonna try to go to somebody different this year. Maybe Broke Farmer will invite me to for the seed giveaway, the seed miss. I think he's done it before. You know, there was a time where I didn't check my email, right? And he has invited me. I hope he don't charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my head and not my heart, because he has invited me on his show. And by the time I saw it, well, his show had already happened. He probably said, "This girl don't want to be on my show." That's all right. Get somebody else. I don't need her. So this is man, it's a lot. So I have all the shells right here in my little bucket. Right. Janet Porter. I've seen a few channels where they fried and ate the loofah when it was small. Yes, you can eat loofah when it's small. I've never done that. I need to try that. I'm scared though. I put it last year I planted it on the chicken coop. On the you know, the where the shade cloth was. It almost took. Did it take down my shade cloth? It almost took down my shade cloth. It was all the way to the tough shed where the chickens sleep, and it was going across. It was only like 4 plants. Man, there's bugs in this thing, but by the time y'all get it, the bugs will all be dead. Okay. If I see anything crawling around, I go ahead and knock it out real quick. So here's my little bowl. See that? That's got to be at least 1,000 seeds right there. Y'all remember when you get these seeds, because when I got Clemson Spineless, they gave me about 20 to 30 seeds. And now look at me. Look at me now. So when somebody gives you seeds and they give you like 10 seeds, when it's stuff like this, that's all you need. 10 plants, especially if it's tried and true seed. Because this thing has been proven. They grow. Don't just throw a whole bunch of them together and think that you're going to get 1 or 2, because all of them are going to come up. They're going to come up. I believe. I still believe. All right. So, all right. I'm taking this, clean this plate off. I'll show you what we got for, and I'm going to put this in let this dry out for a little while, and then I'll just put it in a paper bag and write the date on it and put okra. I still got okra out there, so I got more to harvest. This is just what I picked today. The next one I have, oh gosh, another, I got all kind of spiders. All the other bugs are gone. That looked like a brown recluse I just knocked out. I'm not scared of spiders. I'm scared of cockroaches. Isn't that weird? I'm not like Little Miss Muffet. These are my zinnias. I am not going to buy zinnias again. Not going to buy zinnia seeds again. So all you do is take this off, right? And take the seed off. There we go. There's your zinnia seeds right there. I leave it on the plant until it dries out, because if you take it off early, well, you might get some immature seeds, or they'll rot. Nobody wants that, right? So just leave them on the plant, let them dry naturally if you have the opportunity to do that. In hand work, how you doing? Happy holidays to you too, Duval. That's a lot of seeds. I know. That's why I say the seed companies are they getting us. They're getting us, but they're giving us the opportunity to do things like this. Make our own. They give you 20 seeds, you buy it, and it's like raresiteseeds.com or MI Gardener. They give you some seeds, or Dollar Tree. You don't have to go there every year and buy seeds. Don't throw your stuff away. Go ahead and pick these dry things off. Put them in a little sack. I'm gonna get ready to blow it away. Put them in a little sack. And this one, you gotta put in some water and ferment it. Get the seed off, and you gotta make sure that the seed is mature. Otherwise, I'll just eat it. So that's why I'm not gonna mess with that. But you know, If it's dried up like this and ugly, people be just, I've seen people just throwing themselves. I'm like, no, don't do that. You're just gonna have to buy it again. Why buy what you could get for free? Well, it's not even for free. Why buy what you already have? I could imagine at the city dump what kind of flowers and rare plants are coming up out behind us throwing stuff away. There's not a lot of people who garden, but there's enough of us. There you go. That's why you got to be careful when you go to somebody's like I've seen people pick up people's leaves. I don't do that. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid that there's gonna be some kind of disease or evasive weed in that pile. I don't do it. I've been looking at people with their litter bags for years, and I really wanna. Oh gosh, look at this. They still a lot of snails. I really want to get, ask them, can I have your leaves? Because I need them. I use them in my chicken coop, but then I think they might have some kind of disease in their yard or some kind of invasive plant in their yard, and then it'll be here. I got enough problems. I got 2 more okra in here. I got enough problems with the plants, the weeds that are coming up right now. I got this strange weed that is a vine. And it's real low to the ground, and it took over my whole yard. I didn't have it until recently. I guess it traveled. And then I had somebody plant some what are those things called? Morning glories. I don't like those plants. Morning glories will take over everything. I had some growing on the side fence, and we finally got it down. I tried to clip it off at the bottom. I think he went out there and he poisoned it because the doggone thing was like going up into my tree, because I have an oak tree in the front, and trying to cover the tree. Morning glory is a beast. And I was like, where did this freaking thing come from? Because I don't even buy morning glories, right? For that reason, because I know what they do. My grandmother planted it years ago, and it took us years to get rid of that joker. She planted on the fence line for privacy because she didn't want to see the neighbors. Man, that morning glory was everywhere. So it's kind of like planting mint. You put mint in the ground, peppermint or spearmint or any kind of mint. That joker will take over everything. You better put it in the pot and watch it. Make sure it don't go nowhere. But that morning glory, so I'm like, where did this freaking thing come from? I walked down the block with my dog, and I saw one of my neighbors had planted some morning glory. It's pretty, but it will take over. It's kind of like that weed daughter. Basil is the same way, but I don't mind basil. Very invasive. I know, David, but basil is the same way. I don't mind basil, because basil keeps the bugs at bay. I don't mind basil at all, and I like basil, so maybe that's why it doesn't bother me as much. But that other stuff, that morning glory will steal the light from your trees. It'll go up into your trees. I know, because that's what it was doing. That's how we had to. Hopefully, it don't come back next year. And if you plant anything near it, it'll go ahead and take it out and take over. So here are my zinnia flowers. And I'm going to use those for planting next year. I just put it in a paper bag and keep them dry. That's what I do with all of them. I go to Dollar Tree. I know some people don't like Dollar Tree, but they have like 30 paper bags. You know, those little, for those of us who went to school and our parents packed lunch. Those lunch bags, those brown sacks. You get about 30 of them for $125 or $150 now. And I just put them in the sack, write down what it is, and I go ahead and plant them next year. All right, I found 2 more okras, so I had to do what I do. Uh-oh, this don't go here. This goes right here. So I have the amaranth here. I'm being very careful with this amaranth. And I'm going to snip the buds off and put it in a paper bag. Hopefully I got it on time. I see a bug on here. It's all right. What am I going to do? It's already in the house. It's a little bug. As long as it ain't a cockroach, I'm good. I better not say that too loud. I don't want to show up. It's like letting the devil know what you're afraid of. Okay. So, just like that, we got our sweet potato slips right here, right? And this is just 3 of the plants that I planted. Lynette Lawrence, ivy is very invasive too. Yes, it is. However, wait a minute, I ain't gonna say however. You plant ivy and you have a brick house. My mom's neighbor 2 doors over, they planted ivy in their front yard, and that ivy covered. I've seen it. I've seen people's houses, like a lot of houses in England. They think it's beautiful when the ivy goes up the brick. Well, years later, somebody else bought that house because they moved. It was an Italian family. The yard was beautiful. The house was beautiful, but it was covered in ivy, and it's in New York. So the new owner didn't like ivy. He didn't like it at all. So he decided to get somebody to rip it down. Do you know all of his brick was cracked? That's what it did. Them little roots, yeah, little lines. What do they call it? Pointing your house when you have to get the brick cleaned and all that stuff. That's very expensive. I think he had to get the house pointed because it looked horrible. It had the little squiggly line. You know, a snail leaves a pattern. So does ivy if it goes up your brick. David, it's hard to get rid of ivy. It's pretty though. Another thing that's hard to get rid of, that is a grass, is bamboo. My next door neighbor, not the one that lives there now, I don't know how they got rid of it. The owner before this one, no, the house has been sold like 2 or 3 times. There was the first owner that I knew of. Well, the second owner of that house put bamboo in her backyard. Every year I'd look at her yard and that bamboo would get wider and wider. Finally, these people moved in and somehow they got rid of it. Bamboo is a grass and it'll take over. It'll take over everybody's yard. I kept on looking at every couple of months it looked like it doubled because it started off as a little itty bitty plant. They used to sell it at Lowe's and Home Depot. And I'm like, why would they sell this joker when they know that it's taking over people's property? Man, she put down this little itty bitty thing, she and her husband, right? And then it looked like this, and then it looked like this, and then it was as big as this table. By the time they came in, it was a big healthy bamboo patch. I don't know what they put in there, but somehow, I don't know if they put some kind of herbicide down and got rid of it. And I was so happy. I said, thank God. Because I said, I'm going to have to fight that thing over. I can't talk, though. I do things, too. I didn't do bamboo, but what did I plant? I don't know if it made it. Oh, Jerusalem artichokes. So we'll see. David Corey, deep roots pop up in different areas. Bamboo is hard. I can't get rid of mine. It's all over the property. I know. They did though. They got rid of that joker, and it was 2. She wanted to make 2. She wanted to make 2 like little islands, and shoot, them jokers were turning into islands, and they were getting bigger and bigger. And one of them was on my side, and it was getting closer and closer to the fence line. Then they moved in and kick. It acts as a wind barrier. Yeah. That's not why she planted it. She planted it because she thought it was pretty. They got rid of it, though. Thank God. It's gone now. It's been gone for years. I know it's gone. They may not cut their grass all the time, but I thank them for getting rid of that doggone bamboo because, whew, that was going to be a problem. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you today about saving your seeds. Instead of just cleaning your yard out, go ahead and get a couple of your flowers or a couple of your fruit or a couple of your vines, put them in a jar and save them for next year. So you don't have to start fresh, and you don't have to go and order the same things over and over again. We spend a lot of money on things that we probably don't need to spend money on. Some of the stuff you could buy from the supermarkets. I got bell peppers in my greenhouse right now. They came from bell peppers at the supermarket. You'd be surprised what you can grow. Let's see. David Corey the Crapper. Now I see why you still have these plants, Duval. What does Duval say? I missed it. Bamboo. Duval says she got bamboo all over her property. He's saying that's why her yard look like a look. No, that's because she a good gardener. J3GS, get a tractor and till the ground to get it up. Okay. And then David said, yep, J3. So that's how you get rid of it? I don't know how they got rid of it. I'm pretty sure they used the herbicide or bleach. What else can you use to? I don't know. That joker was as big as round as this table, if not bigger. 2 of them. Man, I was so upset. When I saw her planted, I just got upset because I knew what it did. Anyway, that's not what it's about. Today is about saving seeds. And when you're cleaning out your garden, go ahead and get what you can get because there's a lot of dried up things out there right now. I know it's ugly, but it's seed. Seed ain't pretty, but it will be if you replant it. All of it's going to be brown, but you know what you planted. You know which plants are what. Go ahead and get your stuff instead of going and ordering because the seeds, Baker Creek is running $3 to $6 a pack for seed. And some of the seeds you can't even get no more. Save your bell pepper seeds. Oh, I was talking about bell peppers. I got bell peppers growing from a bell pepper. I got bell pepper plants growing right now from a bell pepper I bought from the supermarket. Sure did. Sure is. All of them grew. When they came up, because I saw this guy's video and he said you get 1,000 bell peppers from one bell pepper. And I was like, what? Well, you ain't gonna get 1,000 from one bell pepper. But I said, I don't think that's true. He wasn't telling. He was telling the truth. It works. Save your tomato seeds. That's right. Now the tomato seeds you're gonna have. You got to put it in some water and strain it. But the tomato seeds are another one. I got some tomato seeds that I saved. I got to find them. I put in these little packets. And then from what I hear, because this is grown in Texas in clay soil, so it will. That's what it's used to. That's what the seed is used to. The seed acclimates to the soil that you have. So when you plant it again, well, it grows better in your environment because that's where it came from. Just like if you were, I came from New York and I came back to Texas. It took me a while to get used to the weather. These seeds were developed in Texas, in this zone, in this soil. So this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I just wanted to get with you guys because I see everybody pulling up their stuff and I want you all to think about it and save some of your stuff so you don't have to start over. Lynette Lawrence. Someone gave me a Mexican petunia and they are very evasive too. I can't give it away. And then David said, save your tomato seed. Yes, you can. David Corey the Cop, watermelon seed and cantaloupe. Duval. Great live. Enjoyed it. All right, you guys. I'm getting ready to sign out. Remember to go ahead and do it. Don't just throw everything in the trash. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank everybody for being with me. Go ahead. Get your stuff. Use your own stuff. Don't start over. Bye, y'all.